You know him as the charismatic smuggler and the daring explorer. But Harrison Ford is nothing short of an incredible personality in real life. And with one of the richest and longest careers in Hollywood, associated with some of the biggest directors and franchises, he's bound to be rich. And let's just say the pilot of the Millennium Falcon owns more than just a couple aircraft of his own in real life. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hope you're doing good. And as mentioned, today we're going to dive into the history and riches of the Hollywood superstar Harrison Ford. Before we get into today's topic, I'm going to ask you guys to hit the like and subscribe button as it helps us grow. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future updates. Without further delay, let's begin. Undoubtedly one of the biggest names of Hollywood, Ford has also played many important roles in movies like Blade Runner, Patriot Games, Air Force One, The Age of Adeline, 6 Days, 7 Nights, etc. His career spans 6 decades and includes collaborations with Steven Spielberg, yeah, the guy who made Jurassic Park, Jaws, and other famous movies. You guys guessed it. Ridley Scott, Peter Weir, etc. He's been nominated for prestigious awards like BAFTA, Golden Globe Awards, and the Academy Awards as well. Harrison won an AFI Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute for his artistry. We're going to take a thorough look at his life, his pre-celebrity life, and the luxuries that he owns. Stick around till the end of the video to find out some shocking aspects of Harrison Ford's life. Let's begin by looking at his early life. Harrison Ford was born on July 13, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. Son to the former actor and advertising executive John William and the former radio actress Dorothy, Ford graduated from the Maine East High School in Park Ridge, Illinois. He attended the Ripon College in Ripon, Wisconsin, where he was a philosophy major. Surprisingly, Ford was an extremely shy teenager. He took an acting class in the final quarter of his senior year to get out of his shell, and that's where it all began. Ford developed an interest in acting and stayed in Wisconsin. He was often seen at local theater productions. Later on, he auditioned for a radio voiceover gig. He didn't get selected for the role, though. You might think he was born into wealth and was a rich, privileged guy before his life as an actor. Well, that's not true. Ford did many small roles in movies before he became a hit. This might shock you guys a little bit, but what he earned wasn't enough to support his family. He had a wife and 2 young sons, and his income wasn't enough. So, to cover his expenses, Ford became a carpenter. By chance, he actually did some carpentry work for George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola. That's right, guys. The world-famous millionaire Harrison Ford did some carpentry before he got lucky. Ford auditioned for the main role in American Graffiti that turned out to be one of the most profitable films of all time, earning over $140 million on a budget of just $770,000. The success allowed Lucas to get financing from Fox to begin production on a space epic he'd been dreaming up for years. Can you guess what was the project? Let me give a hint. This project turned into a world-famous pop culture phenomenon and has influenced many comic books, video games, television series, and theme parks as well. That's right, guys. It's Star Wars. That's where his luck actually shined by playing the legendary role of Han Solo. Also, did you guys know? Harrison Ford is the recipient of the 12th largest paycheck in the history of film industry. This paycheck was about $65 million that he earned from his blockbuster hit Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Today, his net worth is about $300 million, and his movies have grossed a monstrous total of $5.1 billion only in the U.S. box office, while the worldwide grosses pass around $9.3 billion. Harrison Ford is also number 4 on the list of highest-grossing domestic box office celebrities of all time. That can give you guys an estimate of how wealthy the actor is. Do you guys know that Ford also has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? How awesome is that? That was all about his earnings and awards. Now for his spendings. Let's take a look at the lifestyle, collections, and prized possessions of Harrison Ford. Number 1. Brentwood Mansion. Let me ask you guys, where do you think rich people invest the most? Real estate. That's right. Just like any other loaded guy, Harrison owns many houses here and there. Ford owns a luxurious mansion located in the extremely pricey area of Mandeville Canyon, Brentwood. This house spreads over 13.767 square feet. The house features 7 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, along with a detached cottage, a screening room, and a swimming pool as well. It also has a lush garden perfect for holding parties. Number 2. Cessna Citation Sovereign. What other toys do rich people have? Allow me to startle you with the collection of aircrafts that is owned by Ford. One of them is a majestic Cessna Citation Sovereign. This business jet is the 3rd largest member of the Citation product line in terms of takeoff weight. The jet costs around $18 million and can host up to 12 guests at a time. Its cruising speed is about 852 kilometers per hour, and its range is 3,200 nautical miles. This jet happens to be one of the most expensive toys owned by Ford. Number 3. Bell 407 Helicopter. Who says rich people can have only one kind of expensive toy? Along with planes, Ford is well known for his helicopters too. The Bell 407 is a stark example. This helicopter has been used in many rescue missions. Did you guys know that the American graffiti star has also rescued some stranded hikers who got lost? This 4-blade, single-engined, and civil utility helicopter also has a soft-in plane design rotor with composite hub. This pretty little toy cost about $2.5 million. Ford's love for flying and aircrafts is no secret to anyone and is pretty obvious when we take a fleeting look at his collection. Number 4. DHC2 Beaver. Another one in Ford's aircraft collection is DHC2 Beaver. It's a single-engine, high-wing, propeller-driven, short takeoff and landing aircraft. This piece was prepared by the famous de Havilland, Canada. It happens to be one of the absolute favorite aircrafts of Ford, as he used it in the filming of the iconic blockbuster 6 Days, 7 Nights, and then ended up purchasing it. Number 5. Gerald Colcord House. One house isn't enough if you have money for another one. On number 5, we have another beautiful and luxurious mansion owned by Ford. The Academy Award-nominated actor bought it in 1983, and it cost him only $1 million. Nowadays, the price has skyrocketed, and the LA home cost about $9 million. Looks like a pretty juicy profit for Ford. It's located below the Getty Museum and spreads over 7.164 square feet. The magnificent house contains 4 bedrooms and attached bathrooms, along with a country-style eat-in kitchen. Apart from being extremely well-furnished and affluent, it also has landscape gardens and a detailed workshop. Outside the house, to add to the beauty, a long gated circle drive is also present at the end. Number 6. 1966 Austin Healey 3000. Besides real estate, planes, and helicopters, Ford also owns cars. Another jaw-dropping possession of Ford is his 1966 Austin Healey 3000. It is one of the most endearing and beautiful British sports cars and has a seductive red color. The vehicle was built between 1959 and 1967 and has a roaring 3-liter engine and can drive 0 to 60 meters per hour in almost 10.9 seconds. Quite suitable when we look at the vehicle, its price caused a hole worth $70,000 to $80,000 in Harrison's wallet. Number 7. Hans. As we can see, another aircraft is on the list of Ford's most expensive collectibles. Why? Well, the same logic I use for his houses. If you have money for another one, then only one isn't enough. This green private jet is usually present at the Santa Monica airport. Ford uses it like a taxi, you can say. He normally uses this aircraft to fly to and from work projects. It costs around $4 million to $21 million and is often flown solo by the aviator, Ford himself. Number 8. New York Penthouse. This penthouse owned by Ford is one of a kind and can be accessed only by a private elevator. The elevator opens into a spacious living room and a dining room. It also contains a mini library, a master bedroom, a well-furnished kitchen, and a beautiful lounge. For those who want a taste of the true New York life and want to buy it, Ford has placed a price of only $16 million and is willing to sell the penthouse. Number 9. Motorbike Collection. Besides aircrafts and houses, Harrison Ford also has a motorbike collection and has some mouth-watering rides. He owns a Triumph and 5 BMW models. 2 exquisite Harley-Davidsons and 2 Honda bikes also grace his collection. As you can tell, the guy loves himself some expensive toys. Number 10. Plane Collection. How many aircrafts have we mentioned in this video? Well, no need to rewind and count, as Ford has even more than that. The prestigious Aviator also has a 1929 Waco taper wing, a Beechcraft B-36TC, and a Cessna 2088 Grand Caravan. Ford usually keeps all his aircrafts at the Santa Monica Airport. Did you guys know that Harrison is a somewhat notorious aviation buff pilot? We say notorious because he has had a handful of incidents over the years, including a crash onto an LA golf course and the time he made a dangerous landing on a takeoff runway in Orange County. There were no serious damage though, so that's a close save. Despite being a notorious pilot, Harrison has a reputation of helping people too, and that too by his aviation skills. When in Wyoming, he makes his helicopter available for fire and other emergency rescues. In 2000, Harrison answered the call of a stranded hiker who collapsed from dehydration. Wearing a t-shirt and a cowboy hat, the hiker and a companion did not learn until later that their rescue pilot was the A-lister. Imagine getting lost somewhere and the guy who rescued you was Han Solo from Star Wars. How crazy is that? Okay guys, so that was all about today's video. Hope you liked it. We'll be back soon with another one. Gonna ask you guys to hit the like and subscribe button once again, as it helps us grow. See you guys next time. Until then, take care.